Hello everyone, I am Karthik, lecturer of Royal Academy, Mangalore. Today I will discuss about arithmetic, chapter 4 in quantitative section GMAT. So today's class will see different types of arithmetic problems one by one. So first problem, if x and y are positive integer, so positive integer is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is no negative values. Okay, so x and y both are positive integer, positive number. Is x square divided by y is greater than x divided by y square. You have to answer for this question. Is type of question. Is nothing but yes or no type of question. Along with that, two statement is also given. So with the which statement you can answer for the question, you have to determine. So how to determine? So the option is like this. The first statement alone is sufficient to answer for the question, that is option A. Say option B is what? Second statement alone you can answer for the question, that is option 2. So third statement, both statement together you can answer for the question, that is option C. Next, individual statement alone you can answer for the question, that is option 4. And fifth one is data is insufficient to answer for the question, that is option E. That option is same I already discussed while discussing data sufficiency chapter. Okay, so this is also same. Is type of question. Is nothing but yes or no. You have to answer whether it is yes or no. So how to determine? So these are the five options. Statement 1 alone is sufficient, statement 2 is sufficient, both statement together is sufficient, that is option C. And fourth option is each statement alone is sufficient. Fifth option is statement 1 and statement 2 together are not sufficient, that is option 5 or E. Okay, so we'll see how to solve this problem. So in the question what they given, so that is x square divided by y is greater than x divided by y square. You just multiply. So first you convert this equation into this form, first statement form, and then same equation you convert into second equation form. Then or else, so while converting this equation you come to know that it is converting into which statement form, then you can easily tells that it follows yes or no. Okay, so I will multiply y square on both sides to this equation. So what happens? So here if I multiply y square both sides, y square and y square gets cancel each other. Here one y is there and one y, this y and this y is cancelled, remaining one y is remain as it is. So remaining what happens? X square y is greater than x. This is you are getting. So further you divided by x, what happens? So x, 1x and 1x gets cancel each other. So here y square and y square cancel each other. Here 1y and 1y is cancel each other. Then if I divided by x, what happens? This x and this 1x is cancel. This is whole thing is cancel. So while converting this equation and by simplifying form, you will get the statement 2. So from this you can directly tells that this statement 2 is gives the answer yes. So statement 2 gives the answer yes. Why? Because while converting this equation you will get the in the form of statement 2, so that you can directly tell that statement 2 is sufficient to answer for the question. And also just check whether statement 1 is also sufficient. Why? Because that option is there. Okay, why? Because each statement alone is sufficient, each statement alone. So B statement, second B statement is sufficient, but check whether A statement is also possible to answer for the question. Just check. So how to check? Statement 1 indicates that x divided by y is greater than 1. X divided by y is greater than 1. So you just multiply y. Okay, so if you multiply y, what happens? So y gets cancel each other and y. So you will get the in the form of x is greater than y. X is greater than y. So what happens? So it is not give enough information. It is not give enough information. Why? Because here x square divided by y is greater than x divided by y square. So this information is not enough to answer for the question. Okay, so why? Because x is here also there, x is here also there, and y is also there, y is here also there. So it is enough information provided. So from this statement you can't answer for the question. As y is positive, you can multiply both sides so to get fraction. So it is enough information. So statement 2, directly you will get xy is greater than 1. So which answer is correct? Option B is correct. So this within this information you can't tells whether x square divided by y is greater than x divided by y square. Why? Because any value you can choose for x. Okay, but the value of x should be greater than y. So choose x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. So any value you can choose x, y, because x and y are positive number. So I will choose x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. Any value you can choose, and you can trial and error, more trial and error method you should follow. Okay, so it is not possible, first statement alone is not possible to get answer. So answer B is correct. Answer B is correct. I hope all of you understood why it is not possible. Why? Because you can choose x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2, and x is equal to 3, x is equal to 4, y is equal to 3. But x value should be greater than y. But you can't tell. So whether is yes or no for this answer. Okay. So next question, if A and B are positive number, A and B are positive number is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is a positive number, is 8A is less than 3B. So in this type of arithmetic problem, you just convert this equation into this form, check. Okay, so after that you can easily tell whether it is yes or no. Okay, so here 8 is nothing but yes or no type of question. Okay, so the option 5 option is same as previous problem. Okay, so statement 1, what is given? Statement 1 is gives that a by b is less than 0.374. A by b is less than 0.374. So just convert this equation into this form. Okay, check whether this is equal to this form or not. Okay, so 8a is less than 3b. So you here a by b is there, so that you just divide this equation by b. Okay, divide this equation by b. So what happens? 8a divided by b and 3b divided by b. Okay, next you just move this 3 to left hand side. Okay, or else bb gets cancel each other. Here bb gets cancel each other. Remaining term is what? 8a divided by b is less than 3. Okay, then a by b, a by b, a by b, and you just divided by 8 by on both sides. So what happens? 8 and 8 gets cancel each other. You will get 3 by 8. So a by b is less than 3 by 8. So what is the meaning? 3 by 8 is nothing but 0.375. So it is exactly matches to this answer. It is exactly matches to this answer. So it tells that if a by b is less than 0.375, if the ratio of a by b is less than 0.375, then it is matches. This equation is yes. This equation is yes. Okay, so in the first statement alone is told that a by b is less than 0.374. It is closely matches to this answer, closely matches to this answer, and from the first statement you can directly tell the answer is yes. Okay, why? Because it is also while simplifying this equation, you will get closest value is nothing but a by b is less than 0.375, so that this information provided is sufficient to answer for the question. Okay, so then go for the second statement. Second statement is tells that b is greater than 2.6718. Okay, so 2.6718. So how to convert this one? So here a is there, here b is there, so but here 3, so 3 is not there, you just move 3 to left hand side. So how to move this equation? 8a divided by 3, so divided by 3 on both side, divided by 3 on both side, so you will get 8a divided by 3 is less than 3b divided by 3. So 3 gets cancel each other. So next remaining term is what? So 8 divided by 3, 8 3s is nothing but 8 2.6 a. So 8 divided by 3 is nothing but 2.67. Okay, 2.67 a is less than b. So this equation you can also convert into this form. So it is tells that, so from the second statement also you can derive this equation. So in the second statement also it is tells the answer is yes only, answer is yes only, so that each individual statements you can derive this equation. It's so that which option is correct? Each statement alone you can answer for the question, each statement alone you can answer for the question. So option D is correct, option D is correct. I hope all of you understood so how to solve this type of problems. Okay, so previous problem is also same thing. So derive the equation and compare that equation is false on which statement. So here I derived this equation, and while simplifying you will get both form, both statement form, so that it tells that, so that equation tells yes in both the statement. So option D is correct. In previous problem only it is converting into second form, so that B option is correct in previous problem. Okay, so we'll see, this is D's answer. Next problem, the equation 5a divided by 2b plus 10 divided by 3 is equal to 5 is equivalent to each of the following except is nothing but, so here you simplify this equation and you will get one value. Okay, after simplifying you will get value or one expression you will get. So from that expression you just determine the what is the value of a as well as b. Okay, then same a as well as b value you just substitute to following equation. Same a as well as b values you just substitute to following equation. Then which side, so balancing equation, left hand side is equal to right hand side, in which equation gives the different answer on left hand side as well as right hand side, that is nothing but except the each, that is nothing but equivalent except. Okay, so which equation gives left hand side value is not equal to right hand side value, you have to determine. I hope all of you understood. So first to simplify this equation you will get the value of a as well as b value. Once you find out the value of a as well as b, you just substitute the following equation, then which expression gives left hand side value is different and right hand side value is different, that means that that is not equivalent. Here they asking is same thing, so which expression is not equivalent, left hand side as well as right hand side. I hope all of you understood. So we'll see one by one. First simplify this equation, 5a divided by 2b plus 10 divided by 3. So you just subtract 10 divided by 3 on both sides. Okay, so why? Because we have to eliminate this term 10 divided by 3, so that I will add minus 10 divided by 3 left hand side as well as 10 divided by 3 on right hand side. Okay, then what happens, what is remaining, this and this one is gets cancel each other, then remaining term is 5a divided by 2b, and while taking common denominator, you will get 15 divided by 3. So 5 becomes 15 divided by 3. I will tell you so how to take common denominator. Initially it was 5 minus 10 divided by 3. So while taking common denominator, 3 is the common denominator and 5 3 is a 15, 15, 15 minus 10. In this way you have to take common denominator. You will get 5 divided by 3 answer. Okay, you will get 5 divided by 3. So from this you can determine the value of, so 5 3 is a 15, 15a, and 5 2 is a 10, 10b. So while simplifying you will get what happens, 3a is equal to 2b, 3a is equal to 2b, you will get answer. So from that you can determine the value of a as well as b. So left hand side should be equal to right hand side, so I will take the value of a as 2 and b as 3. So then 2, if you take your value of a is equal to 2, what happens, the value of left hand side value, what happens, 3 2 is a 6, and the right hand side value b is equal to, I will take 6, 6 2 is a no b, I will take 3, 3 2 is a 6. So 6 6 equal, so that I will take left hand side is equal to right hand side. So a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3 I will take. So same value I will substitute and tells and determine which value is not equal. Left hand side value and the right hand side value is not equal, I have to determine. Okay, so I will take a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3. So why? Because the balancing equivalent, left hand side equivalent to right hand side. So next, so first equation, it is directly tells that 3a is equal to 2b. So of course it is equivalent, it is equivalent. Why? Because so if you multiply a 2, 3 2 is a 6 is equal to 2 3 is a 6. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. Why? Because both side is 6 only. Okay, next go for the B option. B option expression is what? 5a minus 2b is equal to 4b divided by 3. This is the expression. So 5a, in place of a you just substitute a is equal to 2, and in place of b you just substitute b is equal to 3. So what happens? 5 2 is a 10 and 3 2 is a 6 is equal to, so what answer you are getting? 10 minus 6 is 4, and remaining, so left hand side you will get the answer as 4, and right hand side expression is what? 4b divided by 3. So b, in place of b you just substitute 3, 4 3 is a 12 divided by 3 is nothing but 4. So left hand side is also you will get the answer 4, and right hand side is also you will get 4. Next go for the next one. 5a divided by 2b plus 1 is equal to 8 by 3. So just substitute the value of a as well as b. So left hand side you will get, after simplifying you will get 8 by 3. So right hand side, of course the answer is already given, that is also 8 by 3. So left hand side as well as right hand side is matches. So this is also, this option C also eliminated. Next similarly go for the this one also. So this option is what? 3a plus 2b. Yes, just substitute the value of 3a. So 3 to the 6 plus 3 to the 6. So 12 minus 1 you will get the answer 11 in left hand side, and also you just substitute to right hand side expression. So 2 is the 4 plus 3 3 is a 9, 9 plus 4 is 13. So just see here, left hand side you will get the answer is 11, right hand side you will get the answer is 13. So two different answer you are getting. So this is the actual your option. Okay, option D is the correct. Why? Because the left hand side answer as well as right hand side answer is different, so that is your exact option. Okay, I hope all of you understood how to determine the answer. Next question. At Car Part Corporation, there is a machine that produces brake pads. Okay, brake pads. As the machine works, a wheel assembly turns. After the wheel assembly turns 4.09 into 10 to the power of 6 times, the machine needs maintenance. Okay, after wheel turns, after assembly turns of 4.09 into 10 to the power of 6 times, the machine need maintenance. Since being installed, okay, machine has received maintenance 30 times. Machine has received 30 times of maintenance. Approximately how many total turns had the wheel assembly made when the machine last received maintenance? I hope all of you understood the questions. So for each maintenance, this wheel assembly should turn how much times? 4.09 into 10 to the power of 6 times. 4.09 into 10 to the power of 6 times. So after this much of assembly turns, wheel assembly turns, you have to take as maintenance. You have to make maintenance for the car. So after completing maintenance, again it will run this much times, then again you have to take maintenance. So likewise it takes 30 times maintenance, 30 times maintenance. Then what is the question? How many total turns had the wheel assembly made when the machine last received maintenance? That is nothing but this into this. Okay, 4.09 into 10 to the power of 6 times into 30. That is nothing but that much of wheel assembly turns in the car. Okay, so these are the option. You have to determine carefully. Okay, so I will take 30. So 30, I will convert this 30 into 3 into 10 to the power of 1. That is nothing but 30. So 3 into 10. 3 into 10 is nothing but 30. Okay, into 4.09, approximately I will take 4 into 10 to the power of 6. Okay, 10 to the power of 6. Then I just multiply 4 into 3. How much? 12. And along with that, so power, if you multiply power, what happens? It is addition. Okay, once if you multiply power, what is the answer? That is addition. Okay, 10 to the power of 1 into 10 to the power of 6 is nothing but 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, so 4 3 is 12 into 10 to the power of 7. So whether this option is there? So this option is not there. So 12, here 1.2 is there. So how to convert that one? So that is nothing but 1.2 into 10. Okay, 1.2 into 10. So 1.2 into 10 to the power of 1 into 10 to the power of 7. So while multiplying the power, that is nothing but addition. You will get the answer as 1.2 into 10 to the power of 8. That is your final answer. So option C is correct. So that much of assembly wheels are turned. This much turns happens after 30th maintenance of the car. I hope all of you understood. If you have not understood, please refer the books or else contact me directly. Okay, option C is correct. Next question. If 2 to the power of 5x divided by a to the power of 2x minus 2 is equal to 8. What is the value of x? You have to determine the value of x. So how to determine the value of x? We'll see one by one. So these are the option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the option. So starts with the question. So what is the question actually? 2 to the power of 5x. 2 to the power of 5x is equal to, you just cross multiply 8 into a to the power of 2x minus 2. Okay, a to the power of 2x minus 2, a to the power of 2x minus 2 into 8. Okay, so what happens? This is nothing but a to the power of nothing is nothing but a to the power of 1. Okay, a to the power of 1 is equal to, so what happens? A to the power of 2x minus 2. So power, while multiplying the power, that is nothing but addition. I already told in the previous slide. Okay, that is nothing but multiplication of power is nothing but addition. Okay, 2x minus 2 plus 1. 2x minus 2 plus 1 is equal to 8 2x minus 1. You will get answer 8 to the power of 2x minus 1. That is in the right hand side. I hope all of you understood. This is actually cross multiply 8 times. 8 to the power of nothing is nothing but 1. Okay, so 8 to the power of 0 is nothing but 1 answer. So 8 to the power of 1 is equal to 8. Okay, so then while multiplying, the power is nothing but addition. A to the power of 2x minus 2 plus 1, so you will get a to the power of 2x minus 1. Now the equation 2 to the power of 5x is equal to a to the power of 2x. This is the final expression. Okay, so then how we can simplify this equation? So just 2 to the power of 3, so 8 also you can write like this. 8 is also you can write like this in terms of 2 to the power of 3. Okay, then 2 to the power of 5x is equal to 2 to the power of 3 into 2x minus 1. So 8 you can also written 2 to the power of 3. Then 2 to the power of 5x is equal to 2 to the power of 3 into 2x minus 1. Further simplifying, so how we can simplify? Multiply. Just multiply. 3 to the 6x and 3 ones are 3. So 2 to the power of 6x minus 3. So then this 2 and this 2 you can eliminate. Why? Because that is a common term. That is common term, you can simply eliminate. Then you can easily determine the value of x. So how we can determine the value of x? 5x is equal to 6x minus 3. So 5x you comes to right hand side and 3 goes to left hand side, so that x value you will get 3. So which is the correct answer? Option C is the correct answer. I hope all of you understood. Simplification, you have to carefully simplify and find out the answer of x. X is equal to 3. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. So next question, if x is a positive integer, positive integer is nothing but 1 2 3 4 5 6 like that is a positive integer. Then you have to find out the value of x. 9 to the power of x plus 3 to the power of 2x plus 1 is equal to how much? You have to find out the answer. Okay, so this is nothing but simplification. There is no need of finding the x value, but the simplification you have to do. So how to simplify this equation? So 9. So 9 also you can write like this, 3 to the power of 2. Okay, 3 to the power of 2 is nothing but 9. Why? Because here 3 term is there. So you can easily simplify if it is like this, so that 9 you just convert into 3 to the power of 2. Okay, 3 to the power of 2x, 3 to the power of 2x plus 3 to the power of 2x plus 1. Okay, next what happens? Okay, so this term you can also write like this, 3 to the power of 2x, and along with plus 1 all you also write 3 to the power of 1. So while multiplication, so power won't be multiply, power actually addition, so this term 3 to the power of 2x plus 1 you can also write like this, 3 to the power of 2x into 3 to the power of 1. 3 to the power of 1 you can also write like this, it is nothing but 3. Okay, so 3 to the power of 2x plus 3 into 3 to the power of 2x, this is nothing but 3 to the power of 2x plus 1. So 3 to the power of 2x plus 1 you can also write like this, 3 into 3 to the power of 2x. So now simplify. So how to simplify? Take 3 to the power of 2x, take common, so then remaining term is what? So I will 3 to the power of 2x, take common, then 3 to the power of take common. So what happens? 3 to the power of take common, 1 plus here 3 is there. So what happens? 4 into 3 to the power of 2x. So 4 into 3 to the power of 2x, that option D is correct. Option D is correct. So one more way you can derive this, find out this answer. So just try x is equal to 1. Okay, x is equal to 1. So just substitute here x is equal to 1, you will get one answer. So while substituting x is equal to 1, you will get answer 36. Okay, then you can choose any value for x. So I will choose x is equal to 1. Then same x value just substitute, and which option gives the same answer? Just see, the option D gives 36. That will be exactly matches. So you can directly tell the option 4 is the correct answer. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. In this way also you can calculate or find out the answer. This is another method. So option D is correct for this problem. Next problem. If a positive number a is equal to 3x and a when squared it is equal to cube root of 27 raised to the fourth power. So what is the value of x? So you have to find out the value of x. So but here sentence is given, you just convert or frame this sentence into equation. Okay, if a positive number a is equal to 3 to the power of x and that positive number is 3 to the power of x, and when squared 3 to the power of x is squared, okay, is equal to the cube root of 27 raised to the fourth power. These are the option. This is the value of x you have to determine. So I will tell you so how to calculate this one. So initially a positive number is a is equal to 3x, okay, then a square, why, because when squared a square, so it is changes to 3 to the power of 2x, okay. So next, what is that? If is equal to cube root of 27, that is nothing but 3 to the power of 3 cube is equal to 27. Cube root of 27 is 3, okay, answer is 3. Okay, next, raised to the fourth power, so 3 to the power of 4, okay, 3 to the power of 4. So left hand side expression is 3 to the power of 2x, that is already fixed, is equal to the cube root of 27. Cube root of 27 is, answer is 3, okay, then raised to the fourth power, that is nothing but 3 to the power of 4, 3 to the power of 4. So then you have to determine the value of x. You can easily determine, why, because 3 left hand side, 3 right hand side cancel each other. So then 2x is equal to 4, the value of x is equal to 2. Easily you can simplify and find out the answer of x. I hope all of you understood. So answer D is correct. So answer is 2. So here left hand side expression is 3 to the power of 2x, right hand side cube root of 27 is 3 and raised to the power of 4, so 3 to the power of 4. So 3 gets cancel each other, 2x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 2, answer. So next question, if r is greater than 0, is square root of r an integer? Is type of question. So yes or no type of question, you have to answer whether it is yes or no. So two statement is given, so r square is an integer, next r is equal to m square, where m is an integer, okay. So first statement, just see the first statement. So take first statement, r square is an integer, take r is equal to 4, okay. So r is equal to 4, so r square 4 square, how much? 16 is an integer, yes. So first satisfy this condition. So this is already satisfied, in the 16 is an integer, yes. So then go for this condition. So next, square root of r is an integer. So square root of r is how much we taken? R is equal to 4. Square root of 4 is an integer, is equal to 2. 2 is an integer, yes. 2 is an integer. Then take r is equal to 5. Second case. So once it is satisfied, you just try for second condition also, second case also. So I will try for r is equal to 5. So r square 25, whether it is equal integer, 25 is an integer, right? So then it is satisfy the condition. Then we taken r is how much? Square root of 5. So square root of 5, whether it is an integer? No. Two different answer you are getting from the first statement. Two different answer you are getting. So from the first statement alone, you can't determine the answer. I hope all of you understood. First I will taken r is equal to 4. So square root of, so first satisfy the condition. Here it is satisfied, integer. So you will get 16. So satisfy the condition. Then here also it is satisfied. So square root of 4 is equal to 2. Second condition I will taken r is equal to 5. So 5 square is an integer, 25. 25 is an integer, so satisfy the condition. Then square root of 5 is an integer? No. Two different answer you are getting from the first statement. So from the first statement alone you can't determine the answer. Then go for the second statement where m is an integer. So I will take m is equal to 4. Okay, m is equal to 4. So same as first condition. So r value is how much? 16. M square 16. M square 16. So r, so 16 square root of 16 is an integer? Yes. Square root of 16 is equal to 4. So is an integer? Yes. So second condition, m I will take 5. M I will take as 5. So r is equal to what? M square. R is equal to what? M square. M square is nothing but 25. So 25 is an integer? Yes. 25 is an integer. Then R, square root of 25. Square root of 25. Whether it is an integer? 5. You will get 5. So both case satisfied. Both case is satisfied. Why? Because m, they are asking m. Okay, m is an integer. M is an integer. So m 5 is also integer, 4 is also integer. So I will take two different cases. Two different cases also you will get answer is yes. Answer is yes. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. Option A is not satisfied. Two different answer you are getting. So option B, same answer you are getting. Yes only. Yes only. So first case I will taken m is equal to 4. Second case I will taken m is equal to 5. In both cases two same answer you are getting. So option B is correct for this question. Option B is correct for this question. Why? Because m is an integer. First case I will taken m is equal to 4. Then r is how much? R is equal to m square. So 4 square is nothing but 16. Okay. Next, after satisfied first condition, then go for here. So square root of 16, square root of r is nothing but square root of 16 is 4. So 4 is an integer? Yes. Okay. Then I will take m is an integer. M is equal to 5. So r is equal to m square. So 5 square is how much? 25. R is equal to 25. Then satisfy the condition. Then go for the question. Square root of r, square root of 25 is how much? 5. Here also you will get answer is yes. So same answer, yes, yes answer you are getting. So option B is correct. Next question. So square root of 36 minus 3 into 23 divided by 4 is equal to how much? You have to simplify this equation, then you will get the which answer is correct. So how to simplify? So first simplify this 36 divided by so you have to take common denominator, that is also possible, or else convert this 36 into some value divided by 4. Okay, so I will convert this 36 into 144 divided by 4. Then your work is very easy. Okay, so 23 3 is a 69. Okay, 23 3 is a 69. So then 36 you just converted into 144 divided by 4. 144 divided by 4. Okay, then your work is very easy. The common denominator, no need of taking common denominator, this is already in common denominator only. So 4, 144 minus 69, that is your 75 is the answer, divided by 4 square root. Then how to simplify? 75 you can also write like this, 25 3s, that is 75, divided by square root of 4. Okay, square root of 25 is how much? 5. And square root of 3 as it is, square root of 4 as it is. Final your answer 5 square root of 3 divided by 2. So based on this question your answer is C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. I hope all of you understood. The 36 you convert that into 144 divided by 4. So it is very easily you can get the answer. So easily, simple way you will get the answer. So then, so common denominator is 4, 144 minus 69. So you will get 75 divided by 4. 75 you can write 25 3s, and Square root of 25 is nothing but 5. Square root of 3 divided by square root of 4 is nothing but 2. Square root of 4 is nothing but 2. So final answer is 5 square root of 3 divided by 2 is the correct answer. Option C is the correct. Next question, which of the following could be the value of x? Which of the following could be the value of x if mode of 12 minus 4x plus 2 is equal to 6? So which of the following could be a value of x? You have to determine the value of x. The question is mode. So mode is nothing but if it is negative sign also, you just consider as a positive sign. Okay, positive sign plus 2 is equal to 6. That is the question. Okay, these are the options. These are the option. The value of x. Okay, you have to determine the value of x. We don't know what is the value of x here. So how to determine? So two-way is possible. Two-way is possible. 12 minus 4x, 6 minus 2. This 2 moves to right hand side. So what happens? 6 minus 2, 4. So answer is 4. So mode is there, right? So either 12 minus 4x, 12 minus 4x is equal to 4, or 12 minus 4x minus 4. Two different answer you're getting. So in two cases also you determine the value of x and which value is there in the option. You just check. Okay, likewise. Okay, so first expression, I will take first expression 12 minus 4x. Why? Because here mode is there. Okay, mode. So mode is nothing but plus or minus answer. Plus or minus answer. 12 minus 4x is equal to 4. First condition I will take 12 minus 4x minus is equal to 4. So from this way, so 4x is here only. 4 minus 12 is nothing but minus 8. You will get answer x is equal to 2. So but this option is not there in the option. This answer is not there in the option. Next, go for the second case. Second case is 12 minus 4x is equal to minus 4. Minus 4. Then what happens? Minus 4, 4x here only. So minus 4, this 12 moves to left right hand side. So what happens? Minus sign changes to minus sign. Minus 4 minus 12, how much? Minus 16. Minus 16. So x values becomes how much? 16 divided by 4. Answer is 4. So answer 4 is there. So that is your correct answer. That is the fifth option. So E option is correct. E option is correct. Next question. If x and y are integer and z is equal to mode of x minus 2 minus of mode of y plus 2, does z is equal to 0? You have to answer whether z is equal to 0 or not. You have to answer. And also they mention that x and y are integer. X and y are integer. Okay. So and also this two statement is given. Two statement is given. From this statement, which statement alone you can answer for the question. So from the first statement x value is false in between which value? So 2 to 3. Okay, x value is false in between 2 to 3, and y value is false in between minus 3 to minus 2. Okay, so how it is determined? 9 is nothing but approximately 10. 10 divided by 5 is nothing but 2, and 7 is nothing but 6. 6 divided by 2 is nothing but 3. So x value is false in between 2 to 3, and y value is false in between minus 3 to minus 2. So 22 divided by 11 is nothing but minus 2. Okay, in second case, x value is false in between 2 okay, so here we'll see one by one. Okay, in the first statement, only integer, the x value is false in between 2 and 3, and only the integer range y value is false in between minus 3 to minus 2. Okay, so here two opposite sign you can observe. Okay, so first I will take x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. Okay, and y is equal to so first statement I will take x is equal to so 2, and y is equal to minus 2. Okay, so minus 2. So just a substitute 2 minus 1 2 minus 2 0. You will get answer 0. minus minus 2 plus 2, how much? 0. So your answer is 0. So z is equal to 0. You will get z is equal to 0. And second condition, you take another value, x is equal to, I will take x is equal to 3, y is equal to minus 3. So 3 minus 2, 1, and minus 3 plus 2, how much? So minus 3 plus 2 minus 1, but here mode is there, so that your answer is exactly minus 3 plus 2. Minus 3 plus 2, how much? Minus 1. So minus plus. So here also you will get 0 only. Here also you will get 0 only. So then take another example. X is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 and y is equal to minus 2. X is equal to 3, y is equal to minus 2. So here two cases you will get z is equal to 0 and x is equal to 3, y is equal to minus 2. So x is equal to 3, 3 minus 2 is how much? 1, and minus 2, y you taken minus 2, minus 2 plus 0, you will get one answer. You will get one answer. Two different answer you are getting from this statement. Either z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1 from the first statement. So it is not possible to answer for the question. So first statement alone you can't determine the value. So go for the second statement. Second statement tells that x value is approximately 2 and y value is in between minus 3 to minus 2. Thus here also same thing happens. You just try same thing. You just first initially substitute x is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 3, and x is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 2. You will get two different answer. You will get two different answer. So so this is also not possible. So you will get two different answers. So B statement is alone is also not sufficient to answer for the question, or else you just try x is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 3. uh, X is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 3. So just substitute 2 minus 0, you will get 0, and minus 3 plus 2 minus 1. So minus 1, this mode is there, you will get minus answer. Minus 1 is equal to z, first answer. Then x is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 2. Here it is already done. X you will get z is equal to 0. Two different answer you are getting. So two different answer you are getting. So that it tells that from the B statement alone you can't determine the answer. A statement is also not possible. Second statement also it not possible. And club together, while club together also, so x value you can find out. X value is equal to 2 from the clubbing together, but y value is two different value you can observe. That is similar to that of B option. So that which option is correct? Option E is correct. Option E is correct. So both statement are not sufficient to answer for the question. That option E is correct answer. Next question. The mode of 7 minus 3j divided by 2 is less than or equal to 4. Then which of the following must be true? Which of the following must be true? You have to determine the expression. So these are the option. So how to determine the option? So mode is there, so that 7 minus 3j divided by 2 is less than or equal to 4. So 2 goes to right hand side. So 7 minus 3j is less than or equal to 8. Okay, so then 3j minus 3j is less than or equal to 8 minus 7 is nothing but 1. You will get 1. So j is equal to minus of 1 by 3. J is less than or equal to minus 1 by 3. So first option is correct. So while simplifying you will get the answer. So this is first option is correct. So a 7 So here multiply, cross multiply, 4 to the 8, and then this 7 moves to right hand side. So 8 minus 7 is 1. So then j is equal less than or equal to 1, minus sign goes to minus sign, minus 1 by 3. That is your answer. And one more way you can tell why, because mode answer mode, so that minus 4, 7 minus 3j divided by 2 is greater than or equal to minus 4. So minus 4, right? So greater than, then this expression is greater than minus 4. Here also same. So 4 to the 8 minus 8 minus 3j greater than or equal to 15. So j is equal to less than or equal to 5. So this is exactly different. So this is exactly different. So this is not possible. So which option is correct? For option A is correct. Option A is correct. So actually option A is correct. So and also here option C is also there. So two option is there. So which one, any one is correct. Okay, option A or option C, both are correct. So from this expression you will get j is less than or equal to 5. Why? Because here minus minus plus, so that it changes sign to less than. Okay, it changes sign to less than or equal to, then 15 divided by 3 is 5. So the j is less than or equal to 5. Two are correct, either A or C. Next question, is A is greater than 5? That you have to determine. So from two statement is given. So from which statement alone you can answer for the question. Is yes or no type of question. So the option is same. So first statement alone you can answer for the question. Second statement, both statement together is sufficient. Each statement alone you can answer for the question, or else statement is insufficient. So from the first statement, so what is that? 8a is greater than or equal to 40. Then a is greater than or equal to 5. So while simplifying, so 40 divided by 8 is nothing but a is greater than or equal to 5. So this means that a can be greater than 5 or equal to 5. But here in the question is what? So a is greater than 5 only. 5 is not possible. More than 5, 6 is possible. But in the first statement tells that a is equal to 5 or greater than 5. So from the first statement alone you can't judge the value of a. A may be a 5 or more than 5. So from the first statement alone you can't judge the value of 5. So first statement alone you can't find out the answer. Then go for the second statement. 4a plus 6 is less than or equal to 25. So from that what happens? 25 minus 6 is how much? 19. Okay, so then from that you can tells that you can determine the value of a is less than 5 only. A is less than 5 only. Why? Because 19 divided by 4 is nothing but less than 5 only. So from the second statement you can tells that a value is always less than 5. So the answer is no. So only one answer you are getting. So answer is no only. So option B is correct. I hope all of you understood. From the first statement, two different answer are getting. So either answer of A is 5 or more than 5. But in the second statement, you directly tells that 19 divided by 4 is always less than 5. So only one way of answer you are getting from the second statement. So always the value of A is less than 5 only from the second statement. Okay, so answer is yes or no type of question. Whether A is greater than 5? No. From the second statement you can tell that answer is no. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. From the second statement itself you can answer for the question. So option B is correct for this question. Next question, how many integer n are there such that it is false in between minus 145 is less than, here again mode is there. Mode is nothing but two different way you can solve the answer. So you have to determine the value of n. N is an integer. These are the values. This tells the values of integer. Okay, so first condition, so 120, all you just take the positive case. Okay, positive case. So 120 is less than mode of n minus n square and less than 145. So second case, you take, so minus minus gets cancel each other. Why? Because all there minus sign is there, you can cancel each other. Then 120 positive sign, mode is nothing but one is negative sign, one is positive sign. You have to calculate two different way. So first I will calculate for so here asking is what, how many integer you have to determine how many integer is there. So in between 145 to 120. So integer is nothing but 11 is one of the integer, 12 is one of the integer. Likewise, how many integer is there, how many integer you can observe. So that is asking. So here they are not asking the value of n. Okay, number of integer values, number of integer value. So from the first statement, two statement you are getting. So from the first statement, 120 is approximately 121. So 121 is nothing but 11 square is 121. So 144 is nothing but 12 square. That is two. How many integer you are getting? So two integer you are getting, one is 11 and one is 12. So from the first statement, so n square, so here n square, right? N square is nothing but, n is nothing but 11. So 11 is nothing but, while taking square root, you will get plus or minus 11. You will get plus or minus 11. So from the and also 12. So 12, square root of 12 is nothing but, so you will get plus or minus 12. So here, so n square is equal to 11 square. So then n is equal to plus or minus square root of 11 square. You will get plus or minus 11. So while taking square root, you will get two values, that is nothing but plus or minus. You just remember that one. So while taking square root, you will get two values, that is plus or minus sign. Okay, plus or minus 11. So then n square is equal to 12 square. So n is equal to plus or minus 12. So how many integer you will get? How many integer you will get in between 120 to 145? So that is nothing but plus or minus 11 and plus or minus 12. So two value as well as two value. One is plus 11, one is minus 11. Next one is plus 12 and minus 12. Total 4 value you are getting. So option C is correct answer for this question. Okay, I hope all of you understood. Option C is correct. So next question, if A minus B is divided by C is greater than 0, is C is less than 0? You have to determine. So two statement is given. So statement 1 tells that A square is less than B square, and second statement tells that B by C is less than A by C. So how to determine? So from the first statement, A square, so you have to tell whether C is less than 0 or not. So from here expression is given and tells whether C is less than or 0. Is nothing but yes or no type of question using two statement. From the first statement, A square is less than B square, A square minus B square is less than 0. So A square plus minus B square is nothing but A plus B into A minus B. So from that you can't tell. Why? Because C value is not there in this expression. So from the first statement alone you can't tell whether the value of C is less or greater than 0. Okay, why? Because the C expression is not there in the first statement. Next, second statement. Second statement is A by C minus this term goes to right hand side. What happens? Minus B by C. Take common denominator. You will get A minus B is divided by C is less than 0. So from this expression also, this is expression is same as this expression. So from that you can't tell whether the C value is less than 0 or greater than 0. So option E is correct. So from two statement also you can't answer for the question. So what is the question actually? Is Z is less than or less than 0? You can't answer with the two statement also. So option E is correct. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any doubt regarding this, you please approach me. Thank you one and all.